and then it goes into the sound hole and resonates. And so that's what we're doing. Instead of plucking our vocal folds, we're blowing air through them. I'd love to show you this. I haven't done this on Zoom before, but I wonder if I can show you what happens to the vocal folds. I'm going to grab a couple of bits of paper. So we're going to pretend that these are vocal folds. That's not a very good bit of paper. They're all bendy. I wonder if it's going to work. Hang on. Yeah, it kind of does work, even though they're bendy. If we pretend these are vocal folds and we're blowing the air through, i.e. we're pushing the air when we sing, like what's going to happen to these bits of paper? They're going to wobble. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, they're going to wave a bit. Yes. So I'll tip this down so you can see. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to blow gently. You're right. They waggled a bit. What happens if I blow quite firmly? Are they going to go together or apart? Let's try. You see them go together. Some of you have probably seen that before. But that's what's happening with the...
No, that's Bernoulli's principle.
That's right, Bernoulli. Yeah, Bernoulli principle. Right, well, I'm sorry if I'm like telling you something you really already know. Why it relates to singing is that when we force that air up, just like or e, what's happening is we're pushing the air up to get the vocal folds to come together, just like the paper does. And that happens because of pressure. The blowing makes the pressure disappear because it's blowing all the pressure away and then it comes together. So that's what we're after. So try this with me. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. And now try pressing. What we do is add more body pressure, like positive body pressure, Steve Scott calls it. If we were to push our palms together and get our neck nicely aligned, hey. Hey. Can you hear a kind of a buzzy, graty, vibraty sort of feeling? Sometimes people get scared of that and think that it's not a good thing. It's not a pure sound, but actually it's the vibrations turning into resonance. Another way we can do that is to just pinch our fingertips. Try saying me. 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 And probably right near the end is where we're getting really good vibration. Me. Go for that. Dig into that and have fun with that. Yeah. Me.
Me.
Me. Great. And that's the sound that we need. If we would have open vocal folds, it would sound breathy. Ah, try that. Ah, ah. And when we whisper, it's just air. The vocal folds are open. Did you think about that? It's just open. And that's why we can't sing any pitches, because there's no vibration. It's just air. We can't actually sing. If we try and sing Ba Ba Black Sheep, whispering, what happens? Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you any wool? There's no sound, no pitch, because the vocal folds aren't coming together. So we need them to come together nice and strongly, blowing through the paper. Hey, go.
Hey.
Hey, see how loud you can be. Hey, good on you. Okay, the last thing we'll talk about before we do a couple of vowels is the spaces that we have, the resonant spaces. We plucked the guitar, made the vibration of the string, and then it's resonating in the chamber of the guitar. That's why guitars sound the way they do, and ukuleles sound the way they do, and double basses sound the way they do. And we can change that space inside. How many resonant spaces do we have? One. Steve Scott will tell us we have one. That the air comes up, it stops at, the air comes up to the vocal folds, and that's where the sound's made, and the sound comes up and out. Comes up the throat and out the mouth. So we could talk about two spaces, the throat space and the mouth space. And you will have heard of oropharynx and laryngeal pharynx. I have to remember what those spaces are. Basically the throat and the mouth. And we can widen those spaces. I like to start at the top with the raising the roof of the mouth, the soft palate. Try saying, hi.
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 Maybe if we all would mute, we can listen to our own sound perhaps. That's what I do with my chorus. Yeah, everyone else is on mute, and then you can hear your voice, I guess, against mine. So let's try raising that soft palate. Surprise breath. Hi. Hi. Good. And widening that throat space. Oh no! Oh no! Can you feel that being nice and wide? Oh, good. Again, hi! Raising the soft palate. Oh, good. And the other one we can adjust a little bit is lowering the larynx. If you run your finger from your chin until you find that bump, we have a little Adam's apple. It's smaller and higher than you'd find it in a man. And if you can just feel it there, swallow, and do you feel it going up? You can just feel it sort of going up a bit. And then if you were to take one of those lovely tummy breaths, you might feel it go down. A nice relaxed abs breath. Which way did it go? Could you feel it drop a wee bit? Good, nice job. I see a few of you getting that sensation. So try taking that lovely relaxed breath and saying, ah, ah. It just gives us a little bit more space downwards, upwards and outwards. So run through them again. Hi, roof of your mouth, wide throat. Oh no. Good job, you ladies, wonderful. And then a low breath, ah. Put it all together and we have za. All three spaces. Lovely yawn, Kristen. That means that we're getting that beginning yawn feeling because we're opening up. Ah. Zoom. Great. So we're maximizing our sound. Do you find that it's a bigger sound than you might normally make? If we squash everything down, we probably sound more like an Australian, actually. If we like close our mouths down, just sounds like Australian. But if we open up, it sounds lovely and rich. And try saying that. Try saying your name. My name is Jill. Yeah, big and round. It's a little bit different to hear yourself sounding like that, but you're increasing your resonance. So we're just going to spend another little bit of time finishing off with some vowels. And the vowel sequence I love to use that I was taught at Harmony University from Peter Cunningham is ki, air, ah, o, oo. So it's ki, air, ah, o, oo. And it's sort of starting quite high. Everyone overdo a key, key. Read it that way, key. That's too far, right? But it's in the right direction. We need key. If we were to think about where the blades of our tongue are, we put them on our top molars. Side blades of our tongue. Tip of the tongue is down behind our teeth, and we get E. Try that. E. Liking the mouth shapes. We don't have to pull too far that way, E, as long as the tongue is high. Front teeth here, bottom tongue there, tip of the tongue there, and we're going key. Key. Try that. Key. Great. Now, to get from key to air, we do far less than we think. We just lower that tongue by a millimetre. You guys aren't metric, are you? So, like a 1/16 of an inch, maybe. So we have key. We just bring some of the blades off your teeth. Try it. Key. And often when I try this with my students, they go too far. And it comes out key, and the pitch will drop. What we want is it to be in the same resonant space. That's how we match. We don't want to blend our voices so we all sound the same. I'm sure you've got some beautiful singers, but you don't want everyone to sound like Linda or everyone to sound like Katie or the other Katie. We just want everyone to match the resonance, and we do that by matching the vowels sound. If you can imagine, you could choose a different way to sing those vowels. You could not be consistent. We could hear ki, but we want ki. Did you hear how it was all in the same tunnel? That's what we're going to do. So try the key air, a tiny wee 1/16 of an inch change of your tongue. Just lowering it the tiniest bit. Try again. Key. Good. And now we're going to drop another tiny wee bit to get to ah. I used to think that ah was with the tongue really flat. Oh, like when you go to the doctor and he says, say ah. Ah. It's actually, we get more resonance and more consistency if we just carry on that little drop. Try it. Great. Did you find that it sounded like a tunnel? It wasn't zooming off in different places. Okay. Then we move to O, and O is really just shaped by the mouth. It's just oh, try that. Lovely round sound. Oh, check whether your shape matches mine. Oh, good job. Maybe just doing this, it helped me shape it nice and round. So let's try it. Key. Great. Did anyone shoot off in a different direction with their sound? Oh, in the same hole. Great. One more time to just make sure it goes through that same tunnel. Let's go up there a little bit for the leads. Key. Key. Great, and we're going to add on the end ooh, but keeping that space inside. Let's try oh, like a hooty owl. Try blowing out the candle. Ooh, ooh. I like that candle blowing. It seems to just set our lips and the inside in a great place. Right, key, air, o, oo. Key with me. Key, Great, and maybe the basses have taken a lower note. It's a bit low for the basses, isn't it? So we need to be up here. Key. That's a bit better basses, sorry. So you can rest down there in your lower octave. Key, I'll stay up here because I'm not a bass. I'm going to do a little exercise which just takes us, we're singing these vowels all in one note, and what we need to learn is now to move them around different pitches. it's great to find consistency through the vowels, and now we need to be able to keep them consistent up and down some notes. So all we're going to try is key, key, oh, it might be a bit high for me. Key, key, and then we're going to go key, and then and so on through the sequence, and that helps us move all the vowels around. So we're going to start with key, take a breath, and then do the wee sequence with me. Key or key, 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 making sure they all sound the same resonance. Key, not too far. Back to key. Key, through to O. Key, back to key, through to U. Key, good job, give yourself that thing. Nice. The other thing we can do is practice our little arpeggios, like the 1, 3, 5 chord. And that just gives us a bit of variation. Let's try that on a couple of the vowels. We'll start at key. Key, 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 and you can be as creative as you like. The leaders among you can be as creative as you like, making up some little ditties to sing. We can even go up and below. Key, that's one I like to practice the little 7 back to 8. That's fun. I'll leave you with one other idea. It's something that Alex Morris from Australia taught us, and we love using it. It's going through all these vowels, and it's a wee bit of a tune. I think I'll do it in the bass range. The tenors can fly up higher if they like. So it's, I'll sing it once. Key, I was going to do it on me. Me, yeah, so when we go back to the me, we go me, e, me, air. Everyone always forgets the air and goes straight to R. Don't do that. Let's try that first bit. Me, your turn. Me. The second part is me, me, that's the whole octave. Ma, me, good. I could see you following along. Let's do the whole thing together, starting with me. Oh, let's just remind ourselves about our nice tall back and about that chin tucked in. Me, here we go. Me, me, yeah, me, oh, and then we can go me, keep it all consistent. Me, yeah, me, oh. Did that feel a little bit free and hopefully consistent and hopefully a little bit easier on your voices? How did you go? Cool.
Thank you. It was awesome.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Great.
Good. What did you find? What it would help me to know probably what you learned. Was it all old hat to you? Were there a couple of things you could take away?
Mostly new.
I think I've done some of it before, but I always like to have review because
Of
you
course.
forget it and then you do it again, and that's always good.
Yeah.
Well, and I just did it last week, and it was great to do it again. I was like, yeah, I forgot. I mean, there's so much stuff I forgot.
Great.
That was the first time ever doing it, and it was really fun and very helpful.
Great, thank you, Kristen. Yeah, awesome. It looked like you were all doing such a great job. I just wish I could hear you all. And I could tell Cynthia was writing down flat out. She's your person that's going to remember all that stuff, I think. Is that what you were doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
And I
And
started singing. My cat came up and decided to he was like, I like that, and he started like circling around me.
oh, how gorgeous. Well, I think that means you were singing really resonantly because animals do pick up on the overtones.
I
What
think
part
for
do you
me,
sing?
it was helps keep my throat more open. I tend to clamp it down.
Great, Linda. It's so good to hear. Yeah, because maximizing the space maximizes our sound.
How do you do this?
Great. Well, look, I'll let you get on with the rest of your rehearsal. It's been really lovely meeting your faces.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a great
Thank you.
Just wave to my family that lives in New Zealand for me.
Oh, I will, on my way home. Yeah.
Just wave.
That sounds
Thank
great,
you for
Jill.
Where do
taking
they
it.
live? Where do they live, Linda?
I don't know. I don't remember. She has triplets, and
Wow.
he worked for Disney.
Oh, gee.
Wow.
Gosh, wow. I wonder where that will be then. Probably Auckland, I imagine.
I'll find out and let Lori know.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that'd be cool. I live in Hamilton, and I always think I should reach out to the Hamilton chorus in Ontario, shouldn't I? We could be brother choruses or something, brother-sister choruses.
Sister cities.
Yeah, sister cities. Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was just really fun.
Thank you, Jill. This was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, any other time, you're
And
welcome.
I hope you get to have a lunch break.
Yeah, I'll sneak off and grab some lunch.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
But thanks, Laurie. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks,
bet.
Jill. Bye-bye.
Thank
See
you.
you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.